Alright guys, well, I'm back. Went to the Best Materials LLC, got more rock, so that's a good thing. Then we went to Lowe's, and we ordered some bricks, ordered a pallet of bricks, so they'll be here tomorrow too, along with the rocks, so that'll all be here tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll get a video of that. Don't worry. So that's good. So now we got that done. So now I just want to show you guys the calculator that I used to figure out the cubic yardage that I would need for, so I know how many rocks I'm gonna need, how much rock I'm gonna need. And then I also found the formulas, many different formulas too, for the different things to find out what you need. So I'll show you guys that too. But first, let's do the calculator. All you do is just put it in and it does it for you. So let's see that. Alright guys, here it is. Now I'll put the website for this at the end of in the description of the video. I'll link it in. But it's pretty self-explanatory. They do have an app. I'll show you that, because I think I actually like this app better than the DeWalt Pro app that I have, that has like so many more calendars, so many more calculators on it for like everything. But the stone one on the DeWalt Pro app, it does it in tons and not cubic yards. So, and I'm not sure how to switch that to yardage. I'll see if I can or whatnot, but I'll let you guys know. But for me, it was 3 feet by 78 was the first one for the gully. Then the next little drainage area was 9 by 12, and as this calculator gives you 7 box coverage, which is rectangles, and then 4 circular coverage. And then, as you can tell, it gives you your square footage, which is what you need. Then you scroll down and it says to enter desired depth, which will then give you how much cubic yards. So for me, it was not 33, it was 2 inches, and there you go. Estimated materials required, 2.11 cubic yards. And it's that easy. It's that easy. So it's actually really cool. And that's exactly what I did. And it's pretty much exactly how much I ordered. So that's good. Now, like I said, this place has an app, so I'm gonna show you guys that. And here's their app. It's called Construction Materials Calculator. It's $1.99 on iTunes. I don't know about Google Play, because I don't have an Android device. I have an iPhone, so pretty much I have all Apple. But here it is. And this is good for anybody. This is good for people doing construction, landscaping, anything that has to do with any like materials like topsoil, dirt, all these materials here. Any of those type of materials that require like the cubic yardage that you need yards for, because that's how these materials are brought up in yards. This app is great. I mean, from the looks of it, this app is great because it gives you everything, and you add in every little area that you need, and it'll give you your total, which is great. I mean, it's well worth the $1.99. I mean, that's cheap, but it's for a good app. So, and this just came out last year, or 2 years ago. Actually, I think last year. Yeah. But it's good. I mean, to me, it's good. To me, it seems really good, and I might actually get this app. Now here is the calculators, the conversions, and calculations. Now I'll link this into the description as well, so that way for anybody who needs these formulas and stuff, they can get it and then print it. But pretty much it starts off with material coverage and what the materials will cover per cubic yard. And then the material conversions for 1 cubic yard equals this in each different thing. And then it does the tons per cubic yard for like gravels. And then cubic footage per ton of building stone and flagstone. The ton, when you get to tons, that's a little bit of a hard part, because trying to get that over into cubic yards, it's a little hard. But here's your formula basis. You gotta make sure everything is in feet, because it just works out easier when it's on all your stuff is in feet. No inches, all feet. Because that's just how it works out, as you could tell, for square footage, and then cubic footage, and then cubic yardage. So you take a cubic footage to get cubic footage, is you do square footage and times the depth, and that gives you your cubic footage. And to get your yardage, you take your cubic yardage and divide that by 27, and then you'll have your cubic yardage, which is what you guys are gonna want. Your yards, your cubic yardage is what you're gonna want for materials like stone and rocks and like topsoil and stuff like that. That's something that you're gonna want your yardage for, which is why you need to make sure you like calculate it in yardage and not tons. But this I found actually really helpful, because now I'll be able to do this easier, a little bit easier, because I'll take it and then just go by the formula, and then I'll be able to get it if I want to do it that way without the calculator. So this way I like a little better. Next is a material, calculate quantity needed for gravel, mulch, sand, and soils. You gotta figure out square footage, and then you gotta figure out the cubic footage, and you gotta get the cubic yards needed. So whatever your cubic footage is, you gotta take that, you gotta divide that by 27 to get your cubic yards, and that'll give you how much cubic yards of materials you're gonna need for your project. Now for flat work like patios, walls, same deal, except you're going to need to get coverage per ton, and you gotta divide the square footage needed by the coverage per ton. And it gives you a little formula, a little example with the formula. Same thing with stacked stone walls and waterfalls. You need tons. You gotta get your tons, which is just a different formula. It's a little bit different to get your tons. And then this website also gives you your calculator. So you punch in your things and then it tells you. And for tons, it tells you it does its cubic foot divided by 15 rule used. But as you can tell, see, everything must be in feet. So it has to be feet. If you get in inches, then you take your inches and divide it by 12 to get your feet, because you need it in feet. It's the only way that this will work out, that this calculator will work right, is if you have it in feet. It makes it a lot easier to calculate things, because that's how the formulas go by, is feet. So you have to make sure that you always get all your measurements in feet, and then bring them, and then you'll be able to just use your formula to calculate the yardage. So always make sure you get it in feet. So say if it's like 2'10", take it, round it up to 3. Round it up to 3 feet. Always use feet. So that 2'10", round that up to 3 feet, and use that in your formula. So you may have a little bit, so you'll have a little bit of extra material. So what? You'll have a little bit of extra material in case you need it, in case something breaks and you have to, and you're gonna need it to replace it with. You have it. Also, if you like did what I did when I did the gully, I kind of went a little bit bigger than I needed to, and that was my mistake, because I was trying to get it right, but it didn't happen that way. But that's why I did more. That's why when I ordered the rock for that mistake that I made, I ordered more. It was actually when I measured it, 2'10". I made it 3, so that way it came out perfectly. That way, because it's easier to calculate that way when it's feet. So I may actually have a little bit extra material. I may actually have some extra stones. I might have some extra stones when I'm done. That's fine with me. That's fine, because then I'll take those extra stones and either fill them in spots on the gully that still need them to kind of cover up any of the black landscape fabric, or to just kind of fill in a little bit of spots to kind of make it level and look a little bit nicer. Or I'll use them in that little drainage area just to throw the extras in there, or put it in a bucket and save them. Save them for whatever else I might need them for. Like if I ever decide to make something else, or I want to use them to make like something else look really, really nice, I'll have the extra rocks, so it'll work out. It's always good to have more material than needed than to have less material than needed. Because if you have less than needed, it's going to be a whole problem to try and do the job, because now you're going to have to wait to get more material, and that takes time, and that time is money, of course, so you're not making any money because you're waiting. So always get more than what you need. So you have extra. It's always good to have extra in case you make a mistake with something, or something doesn't come out the way it was supposed to. It's great to have extra. That's why it's good to have extra with the rocks. I could use them wherever I need them, or I could fill the gully in more with some more rocks to finish it off a little bit, or I could do the same with the drainage area. A little more rocks there, so it's good to have extra. And that's really it. I mean, the more you have, the better. Because as we all know, time is money. And I don't want to have less and then have to go out and get more again because I don't have enough. That's why I took the 2'10", made it to 3 feet, which is perfect. And I know I'm gonna have extra rocks left over because I got 2.11 cubic yards, and the guy down at Best Materials LLC, he made it 2.5 cubic yards, so it's a little more than 2.11. So I know I'm gonna have extra, which is fine by me. So that means I could fill in the gully a little more. I could fill in that drainage area a little more. It's all better. Or I could actually just take the rocks, put them in an empty bucket, and save them for something else. For anything else that I might need them for or something. Or put them in the garden or something. You know, you'll always find something to use all the extra materials that you get. There's always something that you could use those extra materials for. No matter what it is, there is always something that you could use it for. And that's a good thing. Because as long as you're thinking, ooh, what can I use this for? What can I use that for? I have extras of this, now let's see what I can do with it. Let's see if I can make something special with it. Let's see the different things that I'll be able to do with this extra material, and this extra material, and come up with something that is totally awesome and looks fantastic for like a special project for a customer or for yourself. Doesn't matter. As long as you can create something that looks really, really awesome from extra material that you have, that's all that matters. So that way you're not wasting those extra materials, and so that way those extra materials are being put to fantastic use, are being created into something fantastic that you'll love, that the customer will love, or your family will love, or your friends will love. So you'll always have something there'll always be something to use those extra materials on. Alright? And don't forget, always use feet when trying to calculate how many cubic yards you're gonna need. Always feet. 2 feet 10 inches, round that up to 3 feet. Always use feet. Because that's how these formulas work, and it's just a lot easier. Alright guys, so that's it for now. I'll probably hopefully have this either posted later today or tomorrow, along with tomorrow's videos too, hopefully. If not, I'll have them posted during the week. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, that's it for now guys. Bye bye.